Hello YouTube fam, welcome to Athena Virtuous channel and another astrology episode with me, Athena. And today's astrology episode will be on the new moon in Leo, which is going to happen on July the 24th at about 3:15 p.m. Or something along those lines in the PM hours, Eastern Standard Time. So, this new moon in Leo is going to be at 2 degrees and 7 minutes Leo. And as I've been showing you in the past, the new moon, or as you see in the chart here, just give me 1 second. Let me just get my virtual pen. Okay, so as you see in the chart here, the sun and the moon will be in conjunction at 2 degrees and 7 minutes in the sign of Leo. Okay, and obviously the sun loves to be in Leo because the sun is the ruler of Leo. Obviously, the new moon is a mark of new beginnings and reminds us that life goes on and opportunities are coming to start a new journey and have a new experience. This new moon is once again is in the zodiac sign of Leo, and Leo comes after Cancer. We're still right now, as I'm recording this video, on the 19th of July. On Saturday, we're still in the Cancer season, but the sun will enter into Leo on the 21st, a couple of days later, obviously in Leo. And after Cancer, the focus was on developing emotional self-knowledge and embracing our vulnerability and connecting with feelings of inner safety. The transition now is from Cancer to Leo, gives us the opportunity to, or it's an invitation to leave our safe space, which is the home, the shelter, okay, and pursue our creative and self-actualization. This new moon in Leo is inspiring us to infuse passion into everything we do and invites us to be bold enough to show up in life with an open heart and to let love flow and out freely, because as you know, Leo is the sign of love, is the sign of passion, is the sign of everything connects to the heart. Now, the 2 degree of the new moon, 2 degree sun, it's 2 degree Leo is literally, and we all know actually, Leo is a fixed sign. The 2 degree is also a Taurus degree, okay, which is another fixed sign. And the focus here, and just before, as we all know, fixed signs are very stubborn, are against any change. They're not as adaptable as the cardinal and mutable signs, okay? They're very stubborn. They're very fixated about their ideas and their way of doing things. And once again, they don't like change. So the 2 degree Leo, as I mentioned, it's a Taurus degree. And the focus here is all about values, possessions, growth, about indulge in food and greasy food, about indulge in alcoholic beverages, indulge in all means, about eating, about, all earth subjects, banks, money, gold, economy. It's technically about wealth, okay? So, yeah, it's all about valuable possessions. That's what the 2 degree here is all about. And as we all know, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is technically about our self-worth, about our appearance, is about our tangible values or tangible possessions. Okay, so that's what the 2 degree is all about, and the focus or the energy that we feel, it's revolving around these qualities or these traits. Now, what's the Sabian symbol of 2 degree? Technically, it's a 2 degree and 7 minutes in Leo, so we have to round it to nearest whole number. So we're gonna read we're gonna take into account the 3 degree Leo. Okay. So when we talk about the Sabian symbol, we always have to round it to nearest whole number. Okay, so this 2 degree or 3 degree Leo is about a mature woman keeping up with the times and having her hair bobbed. So in essence, this means all or the focus is about, or the symbolic focus is about appearance, about material values. Okay, because remember, it's really related to the 2 degree Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. Okay, and that's what the symbolic meaning of, or the Sabian symbol, or the spiritual and symbolic meaning of this degree is about a woman who's taking care of or keeping up with times and wanted to be always look young and pretty and taking care of her appearance and her looks. So the focus on the surface and materialistic matters. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the interpretation of this quickly. So it's like making an effort to keep up with trends, asserting independence from social constraints, shrugging off the years, plastic surgery, younger attitudes, midlife crisis, and modernity. Changing your appearance and feeling good about yourself does radiate both inwardly and outwardly. This degree often shows up for people who make a difference in the world through their forward thinking and their ability to be individuals, even in the world of trends or fashion. Relying on external fashion to disguise inner emptiness, being slave to the time, battling society's glorification of youth, and so technically also it speaks about fashion, external changes may impress others or make you feel better for a time, but truly it's your inner self that's the essence of who and what you are, not the mask you wear. Okay, so that's what the Sabian symbol about this 3 degree in Leo. Now, as you know, the sun and the new moon, or as you see here in the chart, the sun and the moon, the new moon, at 2 degree and 7 minutes, forming a harmonious sextile with Uranus and Gemini, and a trine with retro Saturn and Neptune in Aries. So what does that mean? Now, Uranus is all about sudden change, about something that's abrupt, disruptive, shocking, unpredictable, unexpected. Okay, and it's in the sign of Gemini that's ruled by Mercury, which is actually retrograde in Leo. So what we have right now in Leo, we have Mercury retrograde and we have this new moon. Okay? So let's just take it one step at a time. So this configuration of the new moon and the sun sextiling Uranus, this is an indicative or a theme of sudden change that is actually a Uranian or Uranian nature. Okay, it's like a tower moment, but in a positive sense. This is also a reminder to be open to new innovative ideas, think outside the box, and be adaptable to sudden changes, and take new tools used in any aspects of your life. Okay, either at your work, going to the bank, or even at your home. Okay, so being adaptable to the use of new tools in your life. This Uranus sextile the new moon and the sun is kind of abrupt, as I mentioned, and would disrupt the outdated patterns we used in our lives and allow us to be more creative and liberated from the norm or from outdated ways of doing things, and have a new approach in our lives to do things, and be more experimental and more expressive to our ideas. Now, the new moon and the sun trine to Saturn in Aries. This is like having a sense of faith and idealization associated with that, as well as a reward for being patient and for perseverance in pursuit of our potential or pursuit of our goal. It also serves us as we are trying to reach our goal and fulfilling our soul purpose. So now you are technically given a new opportunity to shine and show who you truly are and be authentic self. Embrace your authentic self. That's technically what's the trine between the sun, because remember, the sun is our ego, is also our soul purpose. Okay, and forming a trine with Saturn, which is retrograde in a fellow fire sign, is really embracing your individuality and embracing your authentic self. Okay, but at the same time, you have to persevere and you have to be considerate to others as well, because remember, the moon is all about the others, or about the people around us, our partners, or the woman in our life, or about our emotions as well. This configuration also supports our willingness to make things happen, follow our heart desires, and translate our visions and ideas into tangible action. Because Leo is a fire sign, and it's all about passion and taking action to achieve the goal. Okay? Now you have to pay attention to this new moon conjunct the sun in Leo, which is a new moon, is forming an opposition with Pluto in Aquarius, and Aquarius is the 7th house for Leo, the house of all sort of partners. Okay, to me, this is a trigger for us to overcome and conquer our fears in pursuit of what we are passionate about. This aspect is inspiring us to honor our personal values, break free from status quo, and conforming to the mold where we're forcibly put into, and discover what's true for ourselves, what's really fulfilling for ourselves. Remember, when there is an opposition between Pluto and other planet, or like the sun or the moon, this means that there is a trigger. Something is going to push us, okay, or it's going to put us under the spotlight or in confrontation with our fears, and work hard to conquer those fears, okay, and to overcome any obstacles in our lives. The new moon in Leo also begins a dynamic of a lunar month filled with opportunities to take action on our heart's desire, explore a new direction, and give a stage to our emotions. Because remember, it's a new moon, so it's related to emotions, feelings that we have. It can be detached from our emotions and our passion. This event underlines the importance of being able to discern between our ego, our needs, our defense mechanism, and those identities we are attached to, and our true essential self, the core of our being. Because that's really what the sun is all, and that's why I always tell you, watch and listen to your sun sign, because that's the core of who you really are, okay? Your essential self, your soul purpose. Now, as I mentioned, the trine with retrograde Saturn in Aries could reveal to us what needs to be restructured and redefined, and to persevere to bring Jupiter's ideas and vision down to earth, and to also be connected to our passion or passionate desires and our emotions in everything we do, and lead with love and care, because that's what the moon is all about. Okay? The moon is the ruler of Cancer, where Jupiter is sitting right now. So whatever we wanted to achieve and to bring our visions down to earth, we have to do it with love and care, and obviously with passion. Passion is the sun, okay? The core essence of Leo. Then back to the opposition with Pluto. I feel the opposition between Pluto and this new moon will reveal, now I'm talking on the global or on the mundane level. This will reveal the hidden world of, celebrities and Hollywood and all kind of, people who are like famous celebrities, basically. Okay, whether they are politicians or they're like actors or actresses, or one is in the spotlight. Because remember, Leo represents people who are in the spotlight. Celebrities could be anybody, like as I mentioned, could be even politicians. Okay, so there we will hear lots of scandals. Okay, and we will also know what's hidden under the rug, because remember, Pluto reveals what's hidden in the underworld. Okay, what can't be seen, what was done, the dirt, the taboo, the unethical acts, okay, criminal acts could be also. Anything that's forbidden, anything that's taboo, anything that's unethical, there are going to be lots of revelation, lots of secrets being uncovered, okay? And it's not only related to celebrities, it's also related to, for example, companies, related to certain conduct, okay, in business. It's related to CEOs and defense and bankers and banks and so on and so forth. Okay, so we will hear lots of things that's being revealed, okay, either misconduct or, you know, non-compliance and things like that, even in the government, okay? And the price that's given in order to reach that level of being a celebrity, of being famous. We'll hear all of that in social media, because remember, Mercury is related to social media, is related to mainstream media, and Mercury is retrograde right now, okay? And even though Mercury is not in exact opposition to Pluto, but whatever this opposition between the Sun and Pluto will reveal and will bring these scandals to surface, okay? What we see here also, that Mars is forming a conjunction with the South Node in the sign of Virgo. And the sign of Virgo is the sixth sign in the zodiacal wheel, and is actually related to service, or kind of service, okay? Either in education, government, health sector, any kind of sector, the service that's provided, okay? So Mars here forming conjunction with the South Node is actually cutting ties or cutting away old habits in doing business, or routine in doing or providing service. Once again, could be in education, could be in the government, could be in the bank system, could be in any sector, health sector, kind of in government as well, okay? Also, starting in September, we'll start have eclipses related to the South Node and the North Node. We will have, I believe, solar eclipse in Virgo and lunar eclipse in Pisces. Okay, so these eclipses will be an indicative or an indication of lots of like layoffs, or business that's closing down or shutting down, okay, and services that's eliminated or changed in order to adapt to new ways of doing things, because it's all related to old habits, outdated ways of doing things, okay? The South Node, karmic situation or relationship. So once again, on the mundane level, I would predict that there are going to be lots of layoffs, especially in government agencies, or like educations, like ministries, and government, like especially I see education and health sectors, okay, and government services as well, because there are going to be new ways, and innovation ideas going to be adapted, and that eliminate, I guess, the use of unnecessary labor, okay? Yeah, because, the use of AI will eliminate the use of or presence of so many people who are technically getting paid or getting salaries, when in reality they're doing nothing, really, especially in the government sector, okay? Now, we also notice that there is going to be a square between Venus in Gemini and Mars in Virgo. So that's a square between mutable signs, and Venus and Mars square is not cool, okay? It's not cool at all. Venus here in Gemini, she likes to be free. She's like a butterfly. She likes to be, have multiple options. She doesn't like to commit to a certain routine, versus Mars in Virgo, Virgo is all about schedule, daily routine, commit to a deadline or a timeline, being perfectionist and have a plan in place. So, and Venus here is more of a liberated energy, that I just want to be, approachable, and I want to be able to connect or have, a wide network of connections, and have multiple options, and no commitment to a certain paradigm or certain situation, I guess. Okay. On the other hand, also we have Mercury retrograde in Leo. So to me, this revolves around revisiting our social media accounts, maybe changing our pictures, or making any necessary changes or updates related to our our status. I see lots of people, especially with the sextile, because even though Mercury right now is not an exact sextile with Venus, but will be eventually sextiling with Venus. So what I see here is there are lots of people that are going to changing their status from committed or in relationship to single and ready to mingle, literally. That's what I see from so many people, because once again, Venus, she wants, or the energy of Venus and Gemini wants to be liberated, wants to be the butterfly, and wants to have a wide range of network and multiple options available to her, versus being committed to a certain status or committed to a certain connection. Okay. And that's what Mercury retrograde. So you are going, the energy we're seeing Mercury retrograde in the sign of Leo is like, I want to be free and I'm going to change my status. Okay. And I'm going to post a new picture and change my profile picture. Now, when I'm talking social media, I'm talking all social media spaces, like whether YouTube, X, Facebook, anything, including even LinkedIn, or including any social media account that you have. Now, I also see that you're going to be adaptable more to the use of new tools in technology. Okay, and update your obviously software that you use. I see lots of people, even at their work, they're going to be experimenting new applications, new software in the way, and new ways of doing their business. Okay, that's what I see about the new moon. And remember, it's a new moon in Leo, and the Mercury is retrograde at the same time in the sign that's all about passion and about my soul and what makes me happy and what serves me. So I feel that the energy here where Mercury is retrograde is all about reviving my inner child and make me also shine bright like the sun that rules Leo. Okay, so that's the general theme of the new moon in Leo. And now I'm gonna start in this episode also. I'm gonna do or I'm gonna try, actually, as I'm recording this, to do tarot reading as well. And I'm going to start with obviously Leo, but just as a reminder, we're still in Cancer season. In the next few days we are going to enter into Leo season. So stay tuned for each of the zodiac signs. And as I mentioned, I'm going to try to do tarot reading, a brief tarot reading under the energy of this new moon in Leo.